Stick to your job, change the nappies. It's not my job. It's your job to change nappies. I don't know how many times I have to tell you.
Seriously, it's my job.
This man killed his wife because she wanted him to help her clean their home. Carolyn Ross Brand.
Weaponized incompetence. Watch him do it well, then he'll undo it. He's going to purposely make a triangle like a scarf, then he would undo it again.
And I literally hear her husband, assuming husband, on the other end of the phone go, "Did you really leave me with a kid with a shitty diaper?" And she goes, and she's sniffling, and she's like, "Well, I'm sick, so if I did, it's because I literally can't smell anything." He on FaceTime goes, "You should have checked his diaper before you left."
I mean, he'll do the dishes, but he does the dishes. Doesn't clean off the counters, doesn't clean off the stove, doesn't take things and put them away. He does.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in once again. I've heard people say this a lot, that the best man you can find is literally the average woman. And I can actually agree to that statement because most men are just not good people. Most men are very selfish. Now let's narrow it to husbands, men in relationships. We've heard of the word weaponized incompetence, and that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. So many men use weaponized incompetence to oppress women, to take advantage of women in so many ways.
So just stick to your job, change the nappies. It's not my job. It's your job to change nappies. I don't know how many times I have to tell you.
Seriously, it's my job.
Honestly.
Are you having a f***ing joke?
Deadly
it's my
serious.
job.
Deadly serious. It's your job. I'm going outside, bringing all the money in, so the household can operate. Coming on to this.
How cheeky is that?
Don't need it.
I've literally just given birth to our baby 4 weeks ago.
Important thing what you said then. You can't bring the money in. That's my job. That's what I'm doing. Everything outside, you can't do anything about it. So let's stick to our roles. A woman's role is to look after everything inside.
That is so f***ing sexy. Seriously.
So just stick to your job, change the nappies, and let me watch football.
No, I don't want to stick to that. You're not watching football. I'm not going to let you until you change that nappy and let me have a decent night's sleep.
For me. It's a nightmare.
And it's a torture for me. What about me?
I didn't sign up to this.
I didn't sign up to this.
Honestly, if I knew you were going to be like this, I wouldn't have married you in the first place. So
I think we can all agree with me that that is selfishness and wickedness in the highest level. What do you mean you bring the money and the woman is supposed to do everything else in the house? Meanwhile, she's the one that cooks, cleans, takes care of the baby. Mind you, she just gave birth. You come back from work to a freshly made meal. You come back from work to a clean home, to a tidy home. Come back to a clean wife. Now, does that not count as contribution? Mind you, house chores are things that people get paid to do. These are full-time jobs. Someone to cook, someone to clean, someone to have your baby, someone to tidy your home, someone to babysit. You have the whole package in one person. So why do men somehow think that it is okay to trivialize the contribution of women? She's literally not telling him to do everything. She's simply asking that he change diapers. And that's the problem. I'm forced to ask, what world do these men even live in? Who raised these men?
Can we take a little break?
You need a break?
Yeah, can we just...
Okay. You think she's lazy? No, I don't think, no. You think she's lazy?
Yes. I mean, he'll do the dishes, but he does the dishes. Doesn't clean off the counters, doesn't clean off the stove, doesn't take things and put them away. He does the dishes in le sink. Expecting me to cook dinner, clean the entire house, manage all 3 kids, work a full-time job, not to mention I'm also in school. He does jack shit the entire time.
You can step up a little at the house, no? Yeah, I mean, I try. I do try, but
Does he try?
Well, last week, it was raining. He left the dog outside in the rain. He slept on the couch. Our toddler was running around with a marker colored on the couch, and the baby was awake. Can we take a little break?
You need a break?
Yeah, can we just...
Okay, we'll take a break.
I'm honestly very tired. I would not be crying right now. I'm very tired.
That's okay. Your mother. You see that?
Yeah, I see it.
It's the fact that he has no compassion for his wife that even baffles me. He just sat there with no remorse, with no compassion for this woman. If you ask me, weaponized incompetence is one of the greatest acts of manipulation that any human can pull. It is an oppressive tool. Like a grown-up man is just messing with your head and making you look dumb. And he knows what he's doing all the while. Here's something very important. As a woman, if you're overly loving, not using your head, loving a man with your heart, chances are he's going to really take advantage of you. Because it's when you're loving with your heart that a man would pull this stunt on you and you would not even be smart enough to clock it. It's when you're emotional, that's when you feel pity for him, because for crying out loud, this is a grown-up man. If a grown-up man cannot do basic things and do it right, you should also pretend like you don't know how to do it. Then you should let it be. If a grown-up man cannot handle simple tasks at home and he expects you to come do it, why are you doing it? He should be bringing the money to go hire someone to come do the job. You should learn to weaponize incompetence. Pretend to, if he's pretending he doesn't know how to do stuff, well, pretend you don't know how to do it too.
The weaponized incompetence in men, especially dads, has got to fucking stop. I need to tell you guys what I just witnessed in Target, okay? Proof. Shopping at Target, okay? I walk by the toy aisle and I see a mom answer a FaceTime, okay? Clearly a mother. You know a mom when you see one. You know what I mean? So she's walking up and down the toy aisle and I literally hear her husband, assuming husband, on the other end of the phone go, "Did you really leave me with a kid with a shitty diaper?" And she goes, and she's sniffling, and she's like, "Well, I'm sick, so if I did, it's because I literally can't smell anything. Like, I didn't do it on purpose." And he on FaceTime goes, "You should have checked his diaper before you left. Leaving me with a shitty diaper is unacceptable." That is what he said to this woman via FaceTime for the store to hear. And I looked at her and she looked at me and I just kept walking. But like, change your kid's fucking diaper. And even if it wasn't his kid, say that was uncle. Say that it was definitely a young guy. It wasn't like grandpa. It definitely might have been like maybe uncle at that. But still, if you're left with a child and that child has a shitty diaper, fucking change it. Like, that's bare minimum. That is bare minimum. Sometimes I guess I take for granted that my husband is such a competent man, because when I leave my children with him, I don't worry about coming home to them in shitty diapers. I don't worry about him complaining about having to change their diapers, getting them dirty. Whatever needs to be done while I'm gone, he just does it. Like, get your shit together.
See, these are typical examples why women suffer from stress and anxiety as compared to men. Because tell me why a grown-up man would not be able to change his own child's diapers and even has the guts to say it out loud. I don't know the kind of conversation these kinds of people had when they were in courtship, when they were dating, before having babies with the man, before having babies with this kind of man. Because if a man can not as little as change his child's diapers, that man is not worth having a child for. That man should have been disqualified a long time ago from being the father of your kids. And I'm not blaming the woman here. Things can happen, people can pretend and all of that. But I think women should be watchful. I think women should really be watchful. I don't know how the vetting is supposed to happen, but somehow these are things that we should be finding out before giving these men babies. Sometimes just like before having a baby with him, like have discussions, open discussions like this with him, so that it doesn't become an issue in the marriage. Because I don't get how a grown-up man would not help out in changing his own baby's diapers and thinks it's the job of a woman, and he thinks it's a flex. If you're not ready to be a parent, then do not have kids. But this is your child, for crying out loud. This is not her child. This is not a woman's child. You know, it's different. It's different when they say the father is not present. This is a different situation. The dad is actually present, and yet he refuses to be a dad. So where's the partnership here? You're a grown-up man, so why are you acting like a child? I don't understand how a grown-up man will be acting like a child when you don't put food in your nose. You know where your mouth is. Why would you want grown-up men's privileges when you cannot handle the responsibilities of grown-up men? If you want to have a child, you're supposed to know that the child is not for one person.
I made a video recently saying how my fiance who just moved in asked me to wrap his mother's birthday present, and I said no. The reason I said no is because I don't want to become the default parent, the default person in this household. I don't want to be the person who knows how to wrap the gifts better and who has to order the presents because I know what everybody wants. It's not my job to take care of and manage everything. And as a contributing member of this household and as somebody who has their own relationships outside of this one, it's your job to take care of that. But there was so much controversy in the comments. There was a lot of men saying, oh, but you should just take care of him and you could just do this and you can just do that. Yes, I can. The reason I can do that is because I know how to take care of myself, and so does he. But my biggest takeaway from this video is there were so many women who were saying, I would have just done it for him. I didn't realize that this was weaponized incompetence. And that's it. They didn't realize they're being taken advantage of. Women have been doing these same things over and over again for men for so long. And so it starts with, oh, can you wrap my mother's present for me? And then, oh, you're so much better at it. Why don't you just pick out the gift? And then it's in my head of, okay, now I have to make a list of all the other things I have to do. Think of what his mother's going to want. Then I have to remember to wrap it and send to her. Why is all of that on my plate? I have my own mother to worry about. The point is that women are tired. We are tired of being the default for everything, and it's time for men to step up.
And this is why it's very important to be very observant as a woman. There are things that should not go under your nose unnoticed. Be mindful of the kind of responsibilities you take up for a man. Else, in the long run, you're going to find out what he was doing in the first place. When a man starts telling you maybe that he doesn't know how to cook, oh, I don't know how to use the gas, but I love my breakfast in the morning. But yet you don't know how to boil water. You don't know how to fry eggs. He doesn't know how to use the stove. He doesn't know how to make use of the gas cooker. Unless, of course, he's bringing a solution for that at the end of the discussion. But if he expects you to do that, you have to be mindful. You have to know what that man is trying to do. He's trying to manipulate you, and he's putting thoughts in your head. He's stylishly relegating duties, responsibilities to you. So yeah, like, we need to be watchful. And I'm glad that woman was watchful. That's what you should do. Because men are not good people, trust me.
This man killed his wife because she wanted him to help her clean their home. Carolyn Ross Brents, age 49, was shot and killed by her own husband on Saturday, March 14th because she requested a little bit of help around the house. She asked her husband to help her clean the house because they were going on a trip and she wanted to come back to a clean home after the trip. Her asking for help turned into an argument, and her husband Patrick, age 57, this guy, went to his drawer to get his firearm. Now, Carolyn's son was in the home at the time and told Patrick not to shoot his mother. When he said that to Patrick said, well, what are you going to do about it? And shot and killed her anyway. Patrick tried to lie to police and say that the gun accidentally went off while he was leaving the home, but there was a witness there. Carolyn owned a daycare and touched the lives of many people in her community in Louisville. Ladies, these are the husbands that y'all want so badly. Rest in peace to Carolyn, another beautiful black woman gone.
Tell me why when dads do the basics, he's a hero, when moms do the basics, she's failing. When dads bring back fast food, he's spontaneous, a hero of a Friday night. When moms do it, she's just lazy, unprepared, she doesn't feel like cooking. When dads show up at a school event, he's devoted, involved, a great father. When moms do it, it's expected, ordinary, what she's supposed to do. When he forgets something, he's busy, overworked, doing his best. When she forgets, she's careless, overwhelmed, not managing well. The bar for him is on the floor, while the bar for her is up in the ceiling. Same effort, different praise, and somehow the minimum for him is celebrated while the maximum for her is just normal.
I think as a society, we've set the bar for men too low. The men are so entitled to a woman's labor. And like I said it before, the patriarchy does not just hurt women, it actually hurts men too. Because we expect so little from men. As a society, we expect so little from men. Mothers raise their sons to be incompetent men and so egotistic and so entitled to a woman's labor that a man would go ahead to kill a woman simply because she asked him to do chores. What insanity. What a crazy world we live in. It's so crazy that this is the society that we live in. We have to do better. We need to step up and we need to do better for our men because the society is failing men. Because I tell you, most of them, no matter what they do, society still supports them. Gender roles is still a thing that is still enforced in our society. This is why we have a lot of men who think that they're entitled to a woman's labor and it's a woman's job to serve them. And how dare you ask him to help you?
You guys, I asked Par to cut these bananas and put them in the freezer so I could throw them into our shakes when we make protein shakes. Why did he leave the banana peel on?
And this is another perfect example of weaponized incompetence from an incompetent man-child. He did it on purpose, most likely because he's lazy and he didn't want you to ask him to do it ever again. It just is still astounding to me that man-children are so dumb that they do things like this and they act like they can't do basic adult tasks in their own home. And it's not just limited to kitchen, it's the bathroom, it's just general chores of the house that both of you share. It's time that you stop letting little men like this get away with this. So guess what? You did this, you put these bananas with the peel in the freezer. Those are for his shakes. You make his shakes with those, and you make yours the right way. And let's see if he likes the taste of bitter banana peel in his shake.
Yeah, because that's the only way you win in this kind of situation. He acts like he doesn't know what he's doing. You also act like you don't know, you have no idea what to do. You're nobody's mom. You're not there to correct a grown-up man. It's not your job to raise a grown-up man who's just manipulating you to not ask him for help or ask, like, he doesn't want to be disturbed. As though he was not once a single man. When he was a bachelor, so who was doing all those things for him? Who tidied his home for him? If adults want to act like kids, you have to play along sometimes for your own sanity. If a grown-up man wants to act like a kid, then you show him crazy. It's that simple. Like, let's stop babying this man and being all loving and motherly. You're not supposed to be mothering a man, else you're going to be at the receiving end. He's going to keep on using you and he's going to keep on manipulating you.
This is an actual footage of weaponized incompetence. Watch him do it well, then he'll undo it. He's going to purposely make a triangle like a scarf, then he'll undo it again. You can see him struggling. He's folding it right again. He'll unfold it again. Then he folds it right again, and then he will undo it. The part that pissed me off was when he went down the table and went like this. He folds it correctly. He would unfold it again. You saw that. He's not done. He's going to fold it right again, and then he would see his wife standing beside him, and he will unfold it. See? Can you see what he just did right there? He's going to unfold it before she turns around. He's done it again. And now his wife grabs a blanket from him and folds it the exact same way he just unfolded it. So we just watched a grown man wrestle with a blanket. Like it's advanced calculus. A blanket. While his wife cleaned the entire living room, she arranged half the house. In the same amount of time, we saw him try to fold the blanket. And his one assignment was one blanket, not a duvet, just one throw blanket. And somehow the blanket won. He couldn't fold it. This is weaponized incompetence in HD. I don't know how to do it, but they're essentially saying in translation, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it. Come do it yourself. Come save me. Do you notice what happened in the end? She got tired, irritated, and folded it herself. Mission accomplished. Remember I said, I don't want to do it. That's the goal. He didn't have to do it right. He just had to do it badly enough for her to get irritated. Do it wrong until she gives up and then you pretend like you tried. No, you didn't. You performed uselessness with efficiency and she cleaned up after you again.
Your husband knows how to find onions.
He knows what onions look like. He's texting you to punish you. He's texting you 50 times from the grocery store to bother you, to inconvenience you, to punish you for asking him to do something. Like, you guys come on here and you post a bunch of text messages from your grown-ass husbands who have jobs, who drove themselves to the grocery store, and they're sending you pictures of a bunch of bell peppers and saying, "Where are the onions?" He's old enough to know that if he's looking at a shelf full of bell peppers, he needs to turn and continue looking at other shelves for onions. He's old enough to find things himself. He can go ask an employee if he's really confused. Why is he in the grocery store texting someone who is not at the grocery store, asking them where an item is? He's only doing that to bother you. It's weaponized incompetence. It's really embarrassing. And if you post it on here and then just fill the comments with defending him and saying, oh, he's not, it's not weaponized incompetence, you don't know him, blah, blah, blah. Girl, we're trying to help you. This is not normal. Stop accepting this behavior.
90% of divorces are initiated by women, and I think that statistic is absolutely astonishing, but I think I understand why it's so high. Most men are useless and stupid. Most men can't even schedule their own dentist appointments.
Except they can, and that's the part that's been pissing me off so much recently. Yes, there's actually data and stats to back this up. We at the Women's Sphere have talked about this a lot because the manosphere loves to weaponize the fact that women more often than men are the ones initiating and filing for the divorce. And there are a number of reasons for that. Yes, men's weaponized incompetence, and also the fact that women are the ones who do often need the benefits from filing things as a single parent to support the children. And a lot of times you can't get access to these sort of resources until you are legally divorced. And honestly, I'm bringing this up again because the thing that's been pissing me off a lot recently is men's weaponized incompetence and examples like this. But also, especially when you see them living in their own lives and you ever wonder, you ever look at a man and wonder, how did you get to this point? How did you get here in the middle of a conversation? It's because he can. It's because he's fully capable of doing so. Every day they go and clock in at work and they have a job. They know what to do. They figure it out and they get it done. And they're getting promoted. They're doing a good job sometimes. And then they come home or they come on dates with you and they pretend they've never done anything in their entire goddamn lives. And as someone who's been going on dates more recently and discovering that there are men out there that actually know how to function, and then you're reminded, oh yeah, that's right, all men actually know how to function to a degree. They're just choosing not to when they're around women. It's pissing me off.
And we know weaponized incompetence is also used as punishment sometimes. Because a woman would literally be scared of leaving her kids with her husband to go have fun with her girlfriend or go have a good time without questioning her husband's capability of taking care of the kids. A mother would not be at rest when she knows, of course, that her husband may not be able to look out for the kids or take care of the kids or, have his eyes on the kids and do what a parent is expected to do. This kind of scenario can make a woman scared of even leaving the house. So this is literally punishment. These men use it as punishment for their wives. They do this so you don't leave them with the kids next time. So you don't go out and have fun. So you don't have a life outside of the family. So you're not comfortable feeling like your husband got you. It's just manipulation, honestly. And I think women should also start playing these games with these men. I tell you, that's the only solution, because there is no way on earth that you keep on babying a man and tell him, oh baby, it's okay. I know you don't know how to do it. There's no how you can keep on pampering him and expect to have some sort of life outside your kids and outside your family. I don't know what y'all think. I don't know if y'all agree with me that this is blatant weaponized incompetence, or some men were just not raised right, or they just simply do not know how to do these basic things. I want to hear what y'all think down below in the comment section. And on that note, we've come to the end of this video. And of course, don't forget to share to anyone you think might be interested in watching. and subscribe to the channel in case you're not subscribed and you love content like this. Kindly join the family as we have a lot of fun on this channel. Thank you all for watching. I remain your girl Joy, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a blessed day. From me, it's bye.